progress.
Hello. Good morning, my dear students. Are you excited to learn and fun? Come on, join with us. My name is Novi Fakun. Call me Sir Fakun or Teacher Fakun. I will be your mathematics teacher this year. It is my pleasure to meet you all. And our topic of today is all about addition of integers. Are you ready? Okay.
The ocean level starts at 0. I hold my breath and down I go. I get to -10 feet, find I'm scared of the deep. So I swim up 13 to get to +3. We will always remember to define an integer as a positive or negative whole number. I tried to buy a ticket to skydive. It cost $15, but I only had 5. I used the 5 I have and borrowed 10 from a friend. And now in dollars I've got -10. We will always remember to define an integer as a positive or negative whole number. It is so cold, it is 5 below. I need a warm coat when it's less than 0. But now the temperature has gone up 8 degrees. So it's +3, still a deep freeze. We will always remember to define an integer as a positive or negative whole number. Oh yeah. Absolute value is the value of the number. If you took away the sign, for example, both 9 and -9 have an absolute value of just 9. It's how far from 0 a value is on the number line. So to find the absolute value, just take away the sign. Take it away! Woo! We will always remember to define an integer as a positive or negative whole number. Yeah!
Before we proceed to our main lesson, let's recall first the definition of an integer and the concept of absolute value of a number 0 together with the counting numbers and their opposites are called integers. What is absolute value? Absolute value of a number refers to the distance of a number from 0. Therefore, the absolute value of a number can never be negative. It is either a positive number or 0. Did you recall that? Very good. The main objective of this lesson is to formulate a rule on how to add integers integers using one of the methods of problem-solving methodology. Are you ready? Okay, very good. In here, we will be using two colors to represent a number. For a positive number or positive integer, we will be using a yellow-colored number. For a negative number or negative integer, we will be using a red-colored number. Are you ready? Okay. In here, we will be using two colors. As I mentioned a while ago, yellow color for a positive number, example 5, 8, 2, 19, and 10. Red color for a negative number, example negative 2, negative 10, negative 8, negative 5, and negative 19. Take note of this, my dear students. In adding integers, there are 4 possible combinations. The combinations are, first, positive added to a positive number. Second, negative added to a negative number. Third, positive added to a negative number. And last, negative added to a positive number. Remember this, okay? From these combinations that I have mentioned, I will divide this into 2 cases. For case 1, positive added to a positive number and negative added to a negative number. For case 2, we have positive added to a negative number and negative added to a positive number. Remember this, okay? From the 2 cases that I have mentioned, I will be presenting examples. From these examples, be attentive. Your task is to generate conclusion to represent the rule in adding integers. Are you ready, my dear students? Here we go. In here, I will be using example conclusion map. Did you know that? Okay, so the map goes this way. As you can see, we have here 3 boxes, a cloud, and another box. So with this, the 3 boxes above will be facing here the examples for the lesson. From these examples, your task is to observe the pattern and investigate for you to generate the conclusion to represent the rule in adding integers. As you conclude, it is your time now to give your own examples. Are you ready? Okay. Let's have case number 1. Here are the examples. First, second, and third example. Take note, if the given number doesn't have any sign, then that number is considered as positive. In the first example, we have positive 2 added to a positive 8 equals positive 10. In the second example, we have negative 13 added to a negative 1 equals negative 14. In the third example, we have positive 12 added to a positive 4 equals positive 16. Now, from these 3 examples, you will observe the pattern and investigate for you to generate the conclusion to represent the rule in adding integers. Are you ready? Okay. So first, you need to start to investigate with the sign of each given example being added. What did you notice? Very good answer. Very good idea. Now, let's test your observation. In the first example, we have here a positive numbers being added. That's why it's both blank. What is the missing word? Is it red, yellow, white, or orange? Very good answer. That is yellow. Great job. In the second example, we have here a negative numbers being added. That's why it's both blank. What is the missing word? Is it red, yellow, white, or orange? Great answer. That is correct. Red. In the third example, we have here a blank numbers being added. That's why it's both yellow. What is the missing word? Is it negative, zero, positive, or positive and negative? Very good answer. The correct answer is positive. So with that, what pattern did you observe for these examples? Wow, very good. Perfect answer. So great job. For observation 1, the numbers being added here have blank. What is the missing word? Is it different sign or the same sign? Very good answer. That is correct. The same sign. For observation number 2, the sign of the sum of two positive integers is always, is it positive or negative? Great answer. That is positive. For observation 3, the sign of the sum of two negative integers is always, is it positive or negative? Very good answer. Negative. Based on the pattern that you have observed, what is now the rule in adding integers? Can you state? Wow. Great answer. So, to add integers with the same sign, add their absolute value and copy the common sign. Very good. Now, based on your conclusion, it is your time now to give your own examples. Are you ready, my dear students? Okay. For case number 2, here are the examples. We have first, second, and third example. In the first example, we have positive 2 added to a negative 8 equals negative 6. In the second example, we have positive 12 added to a negative 4 equals positive 8. In the third example, we have negative 2 added to a positive 8 equals positive 6. Now, as you can see, from these 3 examples, you are going to observe the pattern. You start first to investigate with the sign of each given example being added. What did you notice? Anyone? Very good answer. That is correct. For case number 2, here are the examples. Now, let's test your observation. In example 1, as you subtract 2 from 8, you get negative 6. Why the sign of the difference is negative? Is it A or B? Okay, very good. That is letter A. Because the absolute value of negative 8 is larger than 2. So copy the sign of negative 8. Okay, next. In example 2, as you subtract 4 from 12, you get positive 8. Why the sign of the difference is positive? Is it A or B? Okay, very good. That is letter A, because the absolute value of 12 is larger than negative 8. So copy the sign of 12. Okay. In example 3, as you subtract 2 from 8, you get positive 6. Why the sign of the difference is positive? Is it A or B? Okay, very good. That is letter B. Because the absolute value of 8 is larger than negative 2. So copy the sign of 8. Okay, very good. Now, let's test your Now, let's combine your observation. Are you ready? Okay, so first, the two integers have blank sign. What is the missing word? Anyone? Okay, very good. That is correct. Different. Second, be ready. To add integers with different signs or opposite signs, you get the blank for each given example. What is the missing word? Okay, very good. That is correct. Difference. And third, the sign of the sum of the integers is the sign of the integer with blank absolute value. What is the missing word? Okay, very good. That is correct. Greater. Now, let's combine your observation. So, based on the pattern that you have observed, what is now the rule in adding integers with different sign? Can you state? Anyone? Very good. Great idea. So, to add integers with opposite signs, subtract the smaller absolute value from the larger absolute value. Then, the sign of their sum is the sign of the integer with greater absolute value. Meaning to say, just copy the sign of the integer with greater absolute value. Okay, so for the last box, you are going to give your own examples. Okay, are you ready? Go. So now, for your assessment in a form of multiple choice questions, there are 5 questions here. You only have 45 seconds to answer. So, be ready? Here we go. Number 1 question. The sum of negative 5 and negative 7 is blank. What is the missing number? Next, number 2. The sum of 15 and negative 9 is blank. What is the missing number? Next, number 3. What must be added to negative 4 to get negative 11? Next, number 4. What must be added to negative 10 to get 5? And last question. What must be added to 10 to get negative 20? Okay, so let's check your answers. For number 1, letter A, number 2, letter D, number 3, letter C, number 4, letter D, and number 5, letter E. Okay, what is your score? Very good, you got a perfect score. Congratulations! Now, for short answer activity, there are 5 questions here. You only have 45 seconds to answer. Are you ready? Okay, so let's begin. Question 1. Describe our lesson in 1 word. Next, question 2. What is the sign of the sum of 2 positive integers? Next, number 3. What is the sign of the sum of 2 negative integers? Next, number 4. What is the rule in adding integers with the same sign? And last one, question, what is the rule in adding integers with different signs? Are you done? Okay, so let's check your answers. Number 1, answer may vary. Next, number 2, the answer is positive. 3, negative. 4, add the absolute value of integers and copy the common sign. Number 5, the answer is subtract the absolute value of the integers Then, the sign of the sum is the sign of the integer with greater absolute value, or copy the sign. Okay, so what is your score? Okay, very good. You got a perfect score. Great job. Congratulations. Did you enjoy our lesson? I hope you did. Thank you, my dear grade 7 students, for your actively participation in today's lesson and activity. So now, class dismissed. I'll see you all next meeting. Bye-bye. Take care and keep safe, everyone.